All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division where Gervonta Tank Davis apparently is such a big draw that he can help somebody like Rolly Romero get something that he clearly does not deserve, but gets it anyway, and that is a title shot at 140 over Antoine Russell. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division where some news came out yesterday about who will be fighting for the WB. I do believe it's the WBA junior welterweight title that is currently held by PUELLO, and it is going to be Gervonta Tank Davis's former opponent and guy that is currently a meme for getting knocked out in sparring, Rolly Romero. But it does not stop there. The PBC actually apparently skipped over another guy that was ordered to fight for that fight, and a guy that really deserves it. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, please and thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for the super chats and the cash apps in the live streams that we do every day. And thank you so much for the super thanks. And also to people that can't support like that, thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for watching the video to the end. It really is how the channel grows. It's very, very important to the channel. So thank you guys for being such big supporters. But let's get into this, okay? Now, for people that always want to say, you know, Fanon is such a PBC lover, which is funny to me because I really think you're using the PBC as a placement for something else, but whatever. And if you know that, if you know what I mean, a PBC lover. But anyway, you'll be happy with this video because I'm going to complain about something that has taken place that I think is very unfair to a fighter. But at the same time, I understand why it's taken place. And that is the WBA title fight that will be taking place between Rolly Romero and PUELLO. I think it's Alexis PUELLO. Please forgive me for not recalling his first name. But PUELLO, who is a 140-pound WBA champion. I do believe he's a Dominican fighter. Very, very good fighter. They are going to be fighting each other for his title in Rolly Romero's next fight. And they say that that should be taking place in April. Now, it could be that fight is going to be on the undercard of the Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia fight, if that fight actually takes place. I am trying to be positive about it and say, okay, yeah, that fight's going to take place. But, you know, anyway, we'll see what happens. However, the funny thing about this is that the WBA had ordered a fight. My understanding is, and this is coming from guys like Jake Donovan and other people on Twitter, they're saying that the WBA had originally ordered PUELLO to fight Antoine Russell. Now, if you're not familiar who Antoine Russell is a very, very good fighter out of DC. He beat Jaron Ennis in the amateurs. I do believe he's an Olympian as well. He just got done beating Ranzis Bartholomew and Victor Postol. I believe he's 15-0 with 15 knockouts. Southpaw, very, very, very good fighter. And the main difference between he and Rolly Romero is that he's not coming off of a knockout loss in a weight class at the weight class below. Right. So if you have to say who really deserves a shot between the two of those guys, between Rolly Romero and Antoine Russell, for sure, you know that it is Gary Antoine Russell, who has been campaigning at that weight class and has better wins at that weight class. Also, just has better wins, period, in his career. There's nothing that you'll see on Rolly Romero's resume or CV, depending on if you're in the United States, how you refer to the list of your accomplishments and detriments for Canelo Alvarez fans. But there's nothing that you can see over there that would tell you that Puello should be fighting Rolly Romero over Gary Antoine Russell, especially with those wins that Gary Antoine Russell has over former champion Victor Postol and my guy, Ranzis Barthelemy. Ranzis Barthelemy is a Cuban fighter, very awkward. I think he's a very, very solid fighter. Gave a great fight to, I do believe he's also a former champion in a lower weight division, if I'm correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I do believe Ranzis Barthelemy had at least one title at some point in time in his career. But very, very good fighter. Victor Postol had only lost one fight in his career, and that is to Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford didn't get the knockout like Gary Antoine Russell did. But you know the deal. And this is where we really get down to what it is about boxing and what people are in boxing for. They're in boxing to make money. And because Rolly Romero has already been on the big stage with Gervonta Davis, so he has a more recognizable name than Gary Antoine Russell. Also, because he has somebody that will promote a fight. Right. See, like he is somebody that will actually get out there, say really, really crazy things. And somebody that will be someone that you actually want to see, even if you want to see him, even if you think he's going to lose, which I have a suspicion he's going to lose this fight. I think he lost to Jackson Marinez. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance to beat Puello, but I'm going to ride with Puello over Romero in this particular fight. But that's what you get when, you're somebody that is an attraction. And that is what Rolly Romero is. Now, I'm sure at a certain point in time that Gary Antoine Russell will also get a shot at a title. And I don't know exactly why it is that the PBC decided that they wanted to have Rolly Romero in that situation and not Gary Antoine Russell. They may have felt like Gary Antoine Russell needs to be built some more before he fights for a championship. It is very, very early in Gary Antoine Russell's career, with him having, like I said, he's definitely well under 20 fights, right? But they put him in very deep. They put him into very difficult fights. And this Puello fight to me is an easier fight than the fights that he's already won. But, for whatever reason, they decided to go with Rolly Romero. Now, I would be again, as I said in the beginning of the video, I have a suspicion if they're going to fight in April, they're looking for this to be an undercard fight for the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight if it takes place, because I think that would help sell the ticket more, where you have somebody like Puello and Romero, but Romero's name being associated with Gervonta Davis. Also, Steven Espinoza did say that Rolly Romero was the biggest pay-per-view. That fight was the biggest pay-per-view fight that Gervonta Davis has had. The second biggest one was the last one that he just had with Hector Garcia. But, whatever the case is, man, it is what it is. We'll see what they do with Gary Antoine Russell later down the road. I think this is a little bit unfair to him, but, I'm on the outside looking in. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.